Hello, comic fans. This is Anthony, and I've got the Red Hood with me here today. I don't know what's happened to Will, but Red Hood has joined me today.
Oh, well.
There it is, Will.
I got if you don't know what my Facebook page is, I kind of understand that, but I have a full cosplay of Red Hood from the Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
And this isn't the right mask from Arkham Knight, but it works. It works well. But anyway, putting that aside.
The birthday boy.
Yep.
19 years old today.
Yep. It's exactly what I am. 19 years old.
Well, how you feel? Oh?
Yes, I feel like Unk.
Okay. Now, we've been gone. We haven't done a video in a long time, but we wanted to come back to you and do a video. We've both been in the UK, in the United Kingdom, and I think people probably saw a lot of our shorts over there that we were doing from Stonehenge and other places. How'd you like your trip to England?
It was great. I really liked the trip my first trip to Europe. It was very fun.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll talk a little bit about that, and we've also got a great comic book breakdown, Spider-Man edition, featuring issues 119 and 120, kind of doing this in honor of the Spider-Man movie opening this week. Spidey battles the Hulk in 2 issues. We'll break those down also right after this.
Whoop!
All right, guys and gals, we're back here with our latest comic breakdown video, William Wallace. But I want to talk about our awesome trip that we took to the United Kingdom. We'll throw up a few pics of things that we saw over there. I really loved our trip. I was glad we got to go, me and you and Owen. It was an awesome trip. First time I've ever been overseas, and it was awesome, man. I'm telling you. What do you think?
It was great. And hey, we found a few comics up there.
Well,
nothing very
and
valuable.
I've already showed the comics that we found in our last comic haul video, which you guys can go watch if you have not seen that. It is available on YouTube right now. But just talking about the history, you know, when we got over there, we saw a castle the first day. I don't even remember what the name of it was, but then I remember us going to Scotland. We flew to Scotland once we got to England.
Best part of the trip, in my opinion.
And we stayed on the Royal Mile. And on one end of the Royal Mile, you've got Edinburgh Castle. And on the other end, you've got the Royal Palace. So there was just so much to do there. Lots of shops in between. Just a great area of Scotland.
Yeah, it was great. It was an awesome place to be. And I like the fact you could just walk out of the hotel and walk down the street. I mean, basically like New York, but not New York. Basically.
The biggest difference I saw over there was everything is just so old. You know.
Yeah, I know.
You know, over here things look a lot more modern.
If you go to like Tokyo, if you go to New York, Chicago, you'll see all these structures. Hey, and there's still some good skyscrapers in London and
there's older things, like we saw the world's oldest house in Chicago, and I think it was like, what, 1920s, 1910s or something like that.
Yeah.
But you're talking about stuff over in Scotland that was back in the 1300s and the 1400s, you know.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think about some of the old stuff and history that's over there. I think my favorite place that we went to was in London at Westminster Abbey, because of all the old history there, all of the tombs that are there, that are buried there. You had Edward Longshanks, Edward I was buried there. You had Isaac Newton buried there. Just unbelievable history. Henry VIII buried there, you know, Elizabeth I. I mean, it's just crazy to go through there and see all of the historical things that we saw there, man.
I know.
What was your take? What was your favorite part of it?
My favorite part was the Wallace Monument.
Yeah.
It is very, very tall. You got up real high. You felt the wind hit you in the face. It felt like it was going to throw you off the top of the building. You've been up there before. And I keep telling him, if you sat where I was sitting, there was like 0 wind where I was sitting.
Well, there's 248 steps that we walked up to the top of the Wallace Monument.
You want me to tell
little
you?
sections of stuff to see on the way up.
You want me to tell you what beat that, though?
What?
Our last stop of the trip.
Yeah.
Dadgum, St. James, I think is what it
The
was.
St. James Cathedral, yeah.
528 steps.
Whew,
Good Lord.
You about killed me on that one.
I got good exercise. I got
Yeah.
my leg workout that
But
day.
going back to the Wallace Monument, there were things to stop and see on the way. And we had heard about William Wallace's sword,
Yeah,
the real William Wallace.
Yeah, and we had already made it all
we
the
had
way
heard
down.
about how big that sword was, but we had not seen it. We went all the way to the top and came back down. And
We
never
thought we
saw it.
moved it.
And we saw Robert the Bruce's sword, and we asked somebody, and they said, "Oh yeah, it's up on the
First
first
room.
section."
And I was,
Another 100 steps up, you know. You
yeah,
got to go.
and then me and
Owen and
Owen
you.
and yeah.
We went back up there and we found the sword. We'll put a picture of it on there, and it was worth it. That sword is over 6 foot tall.
It was hiding behind the movie screens.
I don't know how anybody could swing that.
Yeah, I don't get it.
But William Wallace was a big guy. They say he was around 6'5", 6'6", you know.
Yeah.
So, but just all the history there, getting the real story of what happened to William Wallace, and Wallace Monument is in what is the town that it's located in? I can never remember the name. Sterling
Sterling Castle.
Sterling
and all that.
Castle in Sterling, Scotland. Just great. We saw the wheel in Faulkner, where we got to get on a boat, and it actually took us up to different level.
We saw the stuff that inspired Harry Potter and all the movies.
Alnwick Castle. We went to Alnwick Castle, and that was where they filmed the
Quidditch lesson.
scene and
it wasn't the Quidditch scene, I think, but it was just the broom lessons.
yeah, where they were learning to fly the broom
And
and
a few.
the Quidditch game.
It was where the first movie was filmed. Like you saw how big the castle, like the visual of the castle, was in a whole different place, or it was just full CGI.
Yeah. Yeah.
But where like they were walking through and all that stuff, that was Alnwick Castle.
All kinds of interesting things to eat over there. We actually went to Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen and ate one night. One of your things that you wanted to do.
Yeah,
so we did
steaks
that.
are magnificent.
Incredible steak that we had there.
And by the way, fun
smelled
fact, you might think there's a winner that works there probably, right?
I guess
No,
so.
there's every winner in Hell's Kitchen works there.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get something good.
Yeah, for real. But just all around, just a great trip. We actually got to go in Buckingham Palace. We didn't get to get any pictures in there because they wouldn't let us take pictures. But there's 750 rooms in Buckingham Palace. I think we got to go in about 20 of them, didn't we?
Yeah.
And so, you know, just very, very glamorous and ritzy. Really looks like royalty, you know. And we also got to go in the Tower of London, which was another one of your favorite places that we went into because of all the armored knights that were in there as well. Just really, really great stuff that we got to see. We saw so much stuff. We were over there for 20 days. A once-in-a-lifetime trip for us.
Yeah. Our flight back was smooth. As you can see, we are still alive and well. But flights, in my opinion, are, I think they're good.
I got to give a little bit of a shout out to Owen because he traveled so well in this.
I know.
We went on a Harry Potter walk. How many miles do you think we walked on that?
We walked actually 2 miles, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I thought it was more than that, to be honest with you. But we walked forever, all around London to see different places of where they filmed Harry Potter at.
We saw the bridge that was filmed in Half-Blood Prince.
Yeah, it was Half-Blood
And where all the Dementors or something, I forgot what they're called, they're flying all this stuff, and there's people on the bridge, and the bridge is like collapsing because of CGI and stuff.
But getting back to Owen, I got to give him credit because we walked all that way, seeing all those different places, and I had a stroller for him. He didn't want the stroller; he wanted to walk.
You wasted your money on that.
He wanted to walk, and he walked everywhere that we walked. We walked around London, went to a few comic book shops, went into the British Museum, which was the most crowded place in history. We will say that. If in case you're wanting to go there, it's super crowded. So, but it was all some neat stuff there. But just a great trip overall, and I was glad we got to do it.
Yep.
All right, well now
All right, well, it's about time we get to the actual purpose of this video.
Yeah, it's time to get down to cases here. We're coming to you with Spider-Man number 119 and 120. We're going to break these issues down.
Now, what I think's interesting about this book, before we head into the story, is the fact that there are two situations going on in this comic book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I won't explain what situations they are, as we're going to explain it here in a minute.
And of course, this is the prelude story leading up to the death of Gwen Stacy
and the Green Goblin.
The Green Goblin, yes. So you've got a lot going on here. But it starts out with Peter Parker as Spider-Man. You got a great splash page on the first where he's going over a wall here, and he's actually going to see his Aunt May, who is staying in like some sort of a boarding house that's owned by Dr. Octopus, and her henchmen.
Yeah, and Doc Ock,
his henchmen.
Yeah, his henchmen are like, and she thinks they're business partners in this comic book.
And of course, May is always happy to see Peter, and the reason why he's going to see her is he's received a telegram from Montreal requesting her presence to come there about urgent business, and so he doesn't really know what's in it, but he opens it and he reads it, and he's actually taken this to her to start with, but he didn't get a chance to tell her about it. Anyway, as he's leaving, he goes back to being Spider-Man. As he leaves, he stays there for about an hour. He's leaving. He hates the fact that she's staying there with Dr. Octopus. So he's leaving. He goes back to New York City. He decides to read the telegram. Again, it's requesting her presence. Urgent business. So he's got to figure out a way to go up there, and he doesn't have any money for airfare or anything like that.
Yeah, and so he's going to he's going to his old I think it's his old room his old house, he's staying there right now.
It's his apartment. He shares it with Harry Osborn.
Yeah. And then he's walking out of his apartment, and he sees Harry outside talking to his father.
Yeah.
And when he shouts when he's trying to talk to him, Harry seems to stumble over and have trouble walking and get dizzy.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, his father comes over and basically brushes Harry off and basically tells him off and scolds him to get away from his son.
Brushes Peter off.
Yeah. And Peter gets a little upset and suspicious about it, and he's worried for Harry.
Well, he don't just brush him off. He screams at him and tells him, he's tired of his meddling and to leave him alone.
And Peter starts wondering if there's something going on with Norman again.
Yeah.
About his alternate personality, the Green Goblin.
He's thinking his memory's coming back, and if his memory comes back, then he knows Peter is Spider-Man.
And we know he eventually does.
Yeah. So you're seeing the prelude of things to come. But as he's walking by a television, he sees that the Hulk has actually been spotted in Canada. So he's decided he's got an idea to go up there if he can get with Jonah Jameson and go up there to get an assignment to go up there for the Bugle to take some pictures.
Jameson's in a bad mood in this.
And Betty tells him, says, I wouldn't go in there and ask because he's in a bad mood. And of course, Jameson is telling him that he wants him to get out of there, that no way. But then Peter just kind of swings it like, well, maybe I could get some pictures of Spider-Man battling the Hulk, He said, what would, and so, Jameson tells him, says, I'll give you the airfare, but if you don't come back with any pictures, I'll tear you apart with my bare hands, So he's like really in a bad mood. So Pete gets on an airplane, he flies to Montreal. The reason he's going up there is to try to figure out the message that has come to Aunt May and what the urgent business is. He's going to use the excuse that his aunt is ill and cannot come, and he's coming on her behalf. He goes to the address that she's supposed to go to and meets this guy's secretary, and this guy's out of town at the time, and they talk, and she kind of blows him off, but he says, I really have come all the way up here. I need to know something. So she tells him to come back, and they'd have dinner and talk about it then. She'd look through the files and see if she could find anything that's been said.
And if you ask me, I feel like she was trying to score a date with Peter.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
But
as he leaves, he sees a crowd gathering, and it's Thunderbolt Ross out there.
Yeah.
And he's talking, and he's telling everyone that Hulk has got to be stopped, that they've got to come in there and destroy him and capture him, and you can take it from here.
And Peter seems to notice that Ross is just surprisingly very hateful towards the Hulk.
Yeah.
And it explains why, and I think you know why, don't you?
Well, it's just that, he is... there's been
His
so many problems with his daughter,
Bruce Banner,
yeah,
and he's just really taking it to heart, and it's making it very personal.
Yeah,
and he got some news while he was talking to the like interviewers and stuff, that the Hulk has been spotted near the power or wherever the dam. Yeah. And he's like, well, we need to go and get load everyone that wants to go and take pictures and stuff on the truck. Basically, is what he's saying.
Yeah. He's actually had been sighted at a power station on the St. Lawrence Seaway, 10 miles north of where they were at. So all these reporters get on this truck, and they're going to go with Ross.
Peter's being brushed off.
Yeah, because he don't have the right credentials.
So what Peter does is he's waiting till the truck's about to go off, and then he grabs it, and while it's taking off, and the other interviewers see him, and they pull him in, and saying he's crazy, and he deserves a story because of how crazy he is.
Well, as they're riding across this bridge that's being built there, Peter's spider sense goes off, and he tells the driver he needs to stop the truck, and it's too late. The Hulk has already gotten the truck. He's picked the truck up.
He mistakes it for soldiers, and then he throws the truck over, and it throws.
And Pete only saves himself because he grabs a branch, but the rest of them are kind of just knocked out and hurt.
Which I have no idea how none of them died from that, but okay, whatever.
So Pete changes into his Spidey uniform, and he comes out and gets a kick in on the Hulk, takes him off balance, and he's actually surprised that he was actually able to knock him down. But he kind of, and then he hangs his camera.
Spider-Man knew that he only caught him by surprise. That's the only reason he knocked him so far.
He hangs up his camera to try to get some pictures, and Hulk is very angry at this time, and he's wanting to just destroy all the machines and the soldiers.
He just wants people to leave him alone.
Yeah, that's basically what he's wanting, And they're shooting big shells at the Hulk, and they're just big cannons are just bouncing off of this guy, And Hulk just makes him even more mad.
Hulk is saying that they think he's dumb, but he's smart, so he's blocking bullets with this rock he's pulled up.
Like a big rock shield he has. Yeah. And then he gets ready to throw that shield, and Spider-Man is watching all of this. And as he throws that shield, Spider-Man actually saves it with his webbing, and it has a rebound effect. Comes right back at Hulk. And he just punches it into 95,000 pieces with one punch. It's unbelievable. And then after that, Hulk just kind of loses interest.
Spider-Man is genuinely, you can just notice that Spider-Man is genuinely scared of fighting the Hulk because he knows he'd tear him a new one if he ever tried to fight.
Yeah, and he's trying to keep up the banner that he always does, with all these people that he fights. But you can tell he knows that he's outmatched here as far as power is concerned.
Which, if you ask me nowadays in the modern comics, since Spider-Man just holds back.
Yeah.
And I feel like he could at least keep up with the Hulk a little bit if he didn't hold back as much as he did.
Well, as Hulk leaves, of course, Thunderbolt Ross is screaming, "We're going to get him. I want him. Do you understand?" And that's when Spider-Man starts talking about General Ross's obsession with him, and he wonders why it happens. And then there's a little box thing that says, "You don't know how right you are." More than once, the Hulk's alter ego, Bruce Banner, has been a source of grief to Ross's daughter, Betty. Now, she's now married and is Mrs. Glenn Talbot at this time. But anyway, Hulk goes down to the dam, and he it's the Mascatawan Dam, and he is mad because there's a wall there. And he's tired of rock, and he's tired of it.
He doesn't know it's a dam.
He doesn't really know what it is, so he just starts punching the dam, and he starts breaking it open. And Spider-Man sees this, and he's like, "Holy crap, he's destroying the wall, and everybody, the whole village is going to be flooded down there. So he takes off after Hulk at this time.
And
Hulk picks up a giant beam and
tries
swings
to
it at him
swing
and
at
misses him, but hits the dam again. Spider-Man's actually a little bit too quick for him. He can't really hit him. But anyway,
Hulk doesn't like the water coming out of the wall, and he still doesn't know it's a dam. So he tries to stop it by leaking by it for some reason, punching it even more.
Yeah. And so Spider-Man finds the pressure valve, and he starts loosening up the pressure to try to drop the water level. And Hulk just keeps hitting the wall and destroying it and knocking stuff out. And they fall into the water, him and Hulk. And Hulk is actually just got a big boulder on top of Spider-Man. And the comic actually ends as Spider-Man falling into the water.
And then our next
it looks like he's going to drown, you know.
And then our next issue appears.
Yep. And this to Spider-Man 120, which is continued over. And the fight continues between Spider-Man and the Hulk. And you got this great splash page of Hulk, who actually is saving Spider-Man as he takes him and throws him with that rock on him. The rock and all out, and he hits it so hard he knocks it out of the water. Spider-Man comes up out of the water. He's flying on the rock. He jumps off the rock, lands onto the dam, and Hulk is still underwater.
And Hulk does this move where he moves his arms real fast, and it makes this huge pressure of water. Makes the water split pretty much, and makes the water go.
It's like a tidal wave.
Right, it made it worse technically.
Yeah, and it's going to wash all the soldiers away and stuff, so they have to try to back out of there.
And Hulk is finally happy that the soldiers got taken care of, and he thinks everything's over, so he jumps away.
He basically just says, "Hulk, go home now," and he just leaves. And so Ross is still upset. He tells Force 2 to come in. And they come in and pick him up and take him back. And Spider-Man hitches a ride on the helicopter and goes back to Montreal, where he meets up where he's going to meet up with the girl that he's supposed to have the dinner date with that works for the company that sent the telegram to Aunt May.
But Peter notices somebody is following him.
But first, before that, he goes to the payphone and calls and checks on Harry. So he calls Gwen, and she's upset. She's saying that he's on drugs again, that he's got back on drugs, and he says that she tells Peter that he's got to hurry up and get home. And so he promises that he'll get home as quick as he can, and they hang up. And that's when he notices, as he keeps walking, that somebody's following him.
And so he goes in this alley real quick and then puts on his Spider-Man suit again. And the guy that was following him says he swore he saw Peter Parker around here, which means he was following him. Mm-hmm. So Peter, in the Spider-Man uniform, of course, or Spider-Man, you could say, grabs on this dude's jacket and pulls him up the building and gets him on top of the building like Batman style and starts interrogating him off the edge of the building. And the robber, as he's pulling him up, basically saying, "Put me down." And Spider-Man was like, "Nope." And he starts interrogating him and asking who hired him. And he wouldn't answer him, so he dropped him off the building.
Yeah. But before that happened, he gets screamed at. Says, "There he is. Get the spotlight on him now." And it's actually Thunderbolt Ross. He says, "We're going to give you 10 seconds, and then we want you down here to answer a few questions. And the first one is, where is the Hulk?" And Spider-Man's like, "You're asking me? Have you got the wrong number?" He said, "In case you've forgotten, I'm the guy who pulled your fat out of the fire, General. Believe me, you've got a funny way of showing gratitude." And Ross just tells him, says, "Don't be cute. You and the Hulk are in this together. Why else would you be here in Canada at the same time he is? Answer me that."
What a classic.
And Spider-Man just basically tells him, "I ain't got time to mess with all this." So he shoots his web and breaks all their spotlights and stuff. And he leaves that guy hanging off the building in his web and tells him that he ain't got nothing to worry about, that the webbing will melt in about an hour.
Unless Ross's men get him down. But I'm pretty sure they never did.
So he changes back to Peter, and he goes and meets Miss DeLonde, which is the lady's name that he's meeting in Montreal that works for the company.
And as they're leaving in the car and basically heading over to where he's at, basically, or where the guy he needs to talk to is at, there's a guy in a car watching them drive off. Mm-hmm. And while they're driving down the road, they know that car is basically following them at a very far away pace.
Yeah, yeah. And so she doesn't have any information for Peter. She can't find anything. But as they're taking the taxi, who do they spot in the middle of the road?
Who would have guessed?
The Hulk. Yeah. And he says, bright lights make head hurt. Bright lights must go away. You talk about bad luck. That's like the worst timing in the world. You know about being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Hulk proceeds to say he went there to hide. Why in God's name are you going to a gigantic city to hide with your big green self?
But anywhere he thinks he says everywhere he goes, the Hulk goes, sometimes people come after him, and he's tired of it. And he rips the road up, pretty much. And throws the car. Flying. And Miss DeLonde and the taxi driver, are out. But Peter's still awake, and he realizes he's got to stop the Hulk. They're coming too, but he gets moving and turns into a Spider-Man outfit, and he shoots his web on the back of Hulk's head, and they just start having this banter back and forth. And he realizes he's got to get the Hulk out of that area, so he takes the Hulk to a abandoned fairgrounds, so
Hulk starts following him and starts trying to tell him that he's tired of hearing him talk and he just wants him to fight and to stop running away. But Spider-Man keeps running away from him and causing him to jump everywhere.
In the meantime, they've got seismic activity because of the Hulk being reported back to Thunderbolt Ross. And so he says, we've got to get to where that seismic activity is. It's got to be the Hulk. So they start that way. Spider-Man is still fighting the Hulk this time, or he's actually pretty much running from him, just trying to keep him, trying to get him mad.
Because he doesn't want to fight the Hulk in a one-on-one fight since the strength difference.
Yeah. And so he jumps onto a steel ball. I can't remember what that's called. It's like a big...
It's a dome. Is
what he calls it. I can't remember what it's called. The Geodesic Dome is what it is. He jumps on top of that, and Hulk just basically rips that thing to smithereens.
And then Spider-Man's like, good job, you destroyed a dome, and basically making fun of him.
And then he gets up on top of this concrete structure, and it's got pillars in it, and Hulk takes one of those pillars and knocks it loose, and it falls. And then he's trying to hit Spider-Man with it, and then he finally grabs Spider-Man by the leg and throws him into one of the pillars. But in the meantime, the
guy that he needs to talk to is finally made it to where they're at.
Mr. Monsieur Remald is his actual name.
And he's saying he needs to see Peter and tell him the information that he was going to tell Aunt May.
But he's gone at this time, and nobody knows where he is, but we know where he's at this time. So Spider-Man is hurt. He is pretty much
dazed.
Out of it.
He just that one throw.
Hulk is coming to finish him off, and who arrives but Thunderbolt Ross. They actually save Spidey's life at that time. And Hulk sees them and just decides to leave. He don't even want to fight them no more. And so as he leaves, you
Spider-Man switches back to Peter Parker, and he comes over the rubble. Yeah, and he's trying to talk to him, but then you see a guy hiding behind the wall, and it's of course probably Dr. Octavius's one of Dr. Octavius's men.
Yeah, and so he says, "My name's Parker. You sent my aunt a telegram." And he's, of course, at last we can talk. And right before he tells him, the guy shoots him in the back, and it kills him. And so now nobody knows what he wanted to tell Aunt May. And so Pete. It shows the last panel. He's on the flight back to New York and says he's ready to get home. To get back to New York. He says, ain't much, but it's what I call home, you know. And then the next issue is a little preview of the Return of the Green Goblin. So
Which means Norman probably got his memories back. And if I want to predict what he wanted to tell Aunt May is that maybe something about Norman or something.
And we broke these 2 issues down because of the new movie coming out, Brand New Day. It's going to feature the Hulk, and it says it's going to feature the Hulk.
It's probably not going to end
Spider-Man.
up the same way as the comic, but
No, it's going to be
fun.
different. But this was the first time I think they had fought. So we wanted to break that down and just kind of talk to people about it in case you hadn't seen the issue.
And I'm genuinely very happy that Angry Hulk is coming back to the MCU because I was getting tired of in-game Hulk and his controlled state, and it wasn't the
Intelligent Hulk is not as fun as Angry
No,
Hulk,
it's
is he?
not.
But we wanted to break those 2 books down and just kind of show you what happened there. And it's just kind of a little nostalgic thing on our part, but we are looking forward to the movie coming out Saturday and seeing what shakes down between Hulk and Spider-Man. And they do fight many more times after this, I'm sure, but you know, this was the first one, so we wanted to break it down, and we hope everybody liked it as well.
All right. Well,
This is something new we're going to do for a while. We may come back with some top 10s here and there, but we are going to start doing a lot of comic breakdowns and stuff. And if you guys like it, you know, if you don't like it, you let us know. We'll go back to doing top 10s or something else, but just something that we thought about we would do, you know. So I enjoyed it.
All right. Well, I'm happy that we got that comic taken care of. I really don't know what to say because I can't think of words. My brain isn't braining right now.
Well, I can think of this. If you like our content, hit the subscribe button and drop us a comment.
Hit that
please.
bell.
Hit that bell and drop us a comment. We like to hear from you. You know, if you watch the video, that's great. If you watch half of it, that's great too. But we would
Feel
rather
free
you
to comment.
more than anything. We just like to hear from people.
Feel free to comment how bad our upload schedule is.
Well, we're going to get better at that now that things are starting to settle down. But I just like to hear from different people and make new friends in the community and answering comments. It's just what I like to do, and we've gotten some new ones here lately, and it's been really cool. And we hope everyone just keeps watching and our channel keeps growing. That's just basically all you can say about that, right?
Yep. All right.
All right, guys. So anyway, we hope you enjoyed it. And me and Owen will be back tomorrow with our latest comic haul. We've got a new one that we're going to show you guys. And as always,
go Dogs.
Everybody have a great rest of the weekend, and go Dogs. See you guys.